It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. This episode of the E-Commerce Minute is brought to you by SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. SendPro Online is software that makes it easy to save time and money, no matter what you ship or mail. Print shipping labels and stamps right from your desk and access discounted rates. E-Commerce Minute listeners can try it for free for 30 days and get a free 10-pound scale when you visit pb.com/minute. That's pb.com/minute. It's E-Commerce Minute episode 440.
In today's episode, Adobe launches Commerce Cloud.
At the Adobe Summit last week in Las Vegas, Adobe announced the launch of Commerce Cloud, the newest part of the company's Experience Cloud. Commerce Cloud is, of course, built on the company's $1.68 billion acquisition of the Magento platform, which they bought last May. Commerce Cloud is essentially a fully managed cloud-based version of the Magento platform, fully integrated with the rest of Adobe's tools, including its Analytics Cloud, Marketing Cloud, and Advertising Cloud. So many clouds. With the launch, Adobe is extending the platform by adding features like dashboards for keeping an eye on a company's e-commerce strategy and, for the first time, an integration with the Amazon Marketplace, from which users will be able to directly manage within the Commerce Cloud interface. Jason Woolsey, Adobe's VP of Commerce Product and Platform and Magento's former VP of Product and Technology, also stressed the importance of the Amazon integration that launches with the Commerce Cloud. Quote, "Love it or hate it," he said of Amazon. Quote, "Either you are comfortable participating in these marketplaces or you are not. But at the end of the day, they're capturing more and more of the initial product search," end quote. Commerce Cloud users will be able to pick and choose which parts of their inventory will appear on Amazon and at what prices. Plenty of brands, after all, only want to showcase a selection of the products on Amazon to drive their brand awareness and then drive customers back to their own e-commerce stores. Legacy Magento users have no fear. The usual Magento extensions will work on the Adobe Commerce Cloud. That's huge, given that there are more than 300,000 developers in the Magento ecosystem, plus thousands of partners.
Thousands.
Include.
That's more than one.
That's more than one and less than a million, but it's still a lot.
But John, more important question is it in the cloud?
It's in the cloud. It's not on a disk. It's not a piece of software. It's in the cloud.
Do you think they're going to have a trouble with Salesforce e-commerce cloud?
I don't know. See, this is more of your forte.
Salesforce bought Demandware.
Right.
So this is a little bit of like inside baseball, a little bit. I think Salesforce was looking at Adobe was looking for a commerce play for a while.
Yeah, I'd love to hear your opinion, but let's take a step backwards here. So we look at Adobe as it used to be. Adobe, me being a graphic designer, I've been using Adobe products for hundreds of years. Adobe was originally just a set of, it was Adobe Photoshop, and then they added other tools. They made acquisitions. They were basically a design software company. In the last 5 years now, Adobe is a completely different company. They've gotten into, what would you say? Is it CRM plus now they bought Magento? So what have they morphed into? What would you categorize that?
They bought, they started with a marketing platform, which is their Experience Manager.
Was it Marketo? Did they buy?
No. Marketo is totally email and marketing stuff. There's an Experience Manager. I remember the company. I don't remember the company was they bought, and I kind of started that stuff. But I think it started before that because you used to buy Adobe stuff on a big ginormous disk, spend tons of money every year, or break it and hack it like everybody else.
That was painful.
Adobe got smart after looking at all the SaaS platforms. Wait a minute, we can charge a monthly fee for all this tools, blah, blah, blah. That's got them started into the cloud system.
Okay, and let me just chime in here as a designer and as someone who had went through that painful experience of buying those boxes of software and the upgrade strategy. It was truly awful. When the cloud-based suite, the Creative Suite, the Creative Cloud, whatever they're calling it now, came along, I saw that as a blessing. Your software is always up to date. What a lot of designers still balk at is the fact that they have to pay $50 and up per month just to keep their software going. I am on the side of keep charging me $50 a month if I can get all these tools at
and then you get new ones. Yeah, and you get new ones all the time. And
I have software that I can go and play with that I would never consider spending a dime for. Right. The other side of the coin is some designers, especially kids just getting out of school, that's a big nut to pay. But anyway, I would love to hear you continue on this.
let's go back. That it's been on the minute, but these kids don't remember when it was $6,000 or $10,000 for the whole suite. How are
Sure.
you going to pay for that? It's
Right.
$50 is easy. Anyway, back to this. So I think they got onto this track, and then they bought an experience manager because they wanted to be, the designing. So people are using these tools for emails and marketing and stuff like that. So why not get into the play? So they bought an experience manager, which was, I think one of the first ones they did was Adobe started owning was it Dreamweaver? Like they bought Macromedia, right?
Right.
Back in the day,
Macromedia was Dreamweaver and Freehand
and Firework, and like
and
tons of other
Fireworks. Right.
design. You're right. To develop websites. Then it was bought Experience Manager, so they got into web stuff and bought marketing stuff. So it's just a natural thing to go in, right? Everybody uses a lot of Adobe Suite to do that. So Adobe wanted to buy commerce tools or an e-commerce platform, and they missed out on Demandware because Salesforce snagged it up. So the natural next thing was Magento. So they bought Magento.
Okay. Interesting. Good story. No, I wasn't, I was only peripherally aware of all this going on with Adobe because I'm more design facing, but Adobe is a completely different company than it was 5 or 10 years ago. It's really incredible.
Yeah.
So
So
where do you think they're going to see? I guess the fear is now is what do you think they're just going to neglect their design tools? Are going to be like Apple and
no,
neglect their core customer?
no, I don't think they will neglect it. I think it's just a big ginormous, because they were showing off what this side of the company is doing with analytics and cloud, and what they're trying to do is this whole experience thing. As a platform basically. So you can do if you're an e-commerce company, it's great because you have this, e-commerce connected to their analytics, which is a great platform, to their marketing, to everything is kind of in this big ginormous thing. They're just becoming a big huge company, which they need to do. It's just not, it's given, right?
Yeah, no, and I can see how this kind of makes sense integrating the design tools in with the development platform, the analytics, the sales. You just do everything in one big basket. I think what a lot of people are afraid of is, again, the other side of that is never put all your e-commerce tools in one basket. You miss that one build, and I guess your whole thing goes down, doesn't it?
No. We'll see how it shakes out. I mean, that was coming. Obviously, when Magento got bought, I mean, we've seen it.
So I
Um,
let's stop there and talk about the Magento acquisition. Do you think Magento was in a better place now with Adobe?
yeah, absolutely. I think
Reasons?
it's a better. Um, I think it's in a better place than even when they were at eBay for some odd reason. I think eBay was really too spread out between all these commerce things, and then they got because you had PayPal, you had eBay, all those companies kind of being together. I think Adobe's a better place.
I never
Um,
understood the fit with eBay and Magento.
PayPal. I
Yeah,
mean, eBay tried to be this big, huge, payments and e-commerce platform, and then it just didn't. It was just too big, so they
yeah,
split
and
up.
the shareholders of eBay are starting to basically say that to the board, you need to start unraveling and unbundling and get back to business here because you're right. They just got too big at too many things.
Yeah,
But the Magento and eBay thing was weird.
yeah, it is. This makes sense. I mean, Magento has been working on our cloud infrastructure for a very long time. They launched one 2 years ago now.
Right.
Again, because they've
Again.
done it before, on a different world. So I think that got bought. I mean, the hope is still that they keep all the open source and there's still community to it. But who knows? For us, it's as a SI or a consulting firm, it's another tool, and if that's where it goes and Adobe takes it over and does what it's doing, we'll just work with that. I mean, to us, it's where the tools are.
Do you think that Magento being part of Adobe makes it an easier sell for you as you put your salesperson hat on? You as a salesperson, do you think recommending Magento now that it's owned by Adobe gives it more, I don't know, credibility or makes it sound more solid than it would if you were just pitching it as Magento is this open source thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're pitching Adobe Commerce Cloud, because that's not, it's run by Magento, but it's not, they're gonna start and pitching it. I can see Magento going away as a brand and Adobe just taking over fully, but yeah, pitching him might be for the big companies, sure. They know Adobe name, they're doing like IBM or SAP or any one of those guys, but e-commerce world is such a small world where people know what platforms, what is out
Yeah,
there.
that's a good point. It's not like you'd be like someone would like stare at you and go, Magento, what is that? I mean, I don't think you'd ever have that
Right.
conversation because that's
It's
not a
not like,
client. That's not a
yeah.
client we'd want to work with, you know.
No, it's
So,
like it's not like you go, oh, it's a humongous, ERP system for the as Inc. 500 type of companies or whatever that is, right? Like that's a different story. Where e-commerce world, all the players.
right. So to close this one out, we're we're thinking about the future of Magento, and you had said you made a point there that maybe the name would go away. I even noticed that at the summit they unfurled this really ugly hybrid logo of like parts of the Magento logo with like a spider crawling up its crevice. Do you think that's where it's going to go? You think it's just going to kind of be like Magento's just be a little footnote?
Kind of. I think Magento's gonna stick around for a while because I think the community's there. The problem is you got to look at branding for Adobe. Adobe has its own colors, and
Mhm.
every single logo has its thing. So they plop, Magento into Adobe world. So it's basically Adobe and Magento combined. But who knows what they're gonna do with it? I don't know. I really, I'm in that, like, I'm in a weird camp. Like we're in the middle. I don't want it to go away, but also like if it makes it better and we can get into doing that and that's the tool that users or clients request and it's a good tool, then whatever.
We'd like to take a moment to tell you about our sponsor. It's Send Pro Online by Pitney Bowes. Are you paying too much to send out packages and letters? Wouldn't it be nice to have a solution that can give you the lowest rates? Wouldn't that be nice? With Send Pro Online, it's easy to save time and money no matter what you send, from packages to overnights to letters. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the F's and B's, the features and benefits. You can easily compare USPS, UPS, and FedEx rates all in one easy peasy online tool. It's all in the cloud, as I say. Also, gain access to special USPS savings for letters and priority mail shipping. You can print your labels and stamps from your own printer. You can track all of your shipments and get email notifications when they arrive because it's important to know when your stuff gets there. And listen, Send Pro Online is affordable. It's only $14.99 a month. And for being a valued e-commerce minute listener, you can get a free 30-day trial to get started, plus a free 10-pound scale to help you accurately weigh your packages. Visit pb.com/minute to access this special offer. That's pb.com/minute. Experience the better way to ship with a free trial of Send Pro Online. What are our closing thoughts today, Bart?
I would say stick around. Next month is the Magento Imagine conference, so I think we'll know a lot more from that one.
So I think we'll probably get some more insight as to the future of Magento. Obviously, they will say, stay the course. Everything is fine. No worries here. There's no iceberg coming at us. Everything is just great. And make sure you transition to Magento 2, which they said in 2012.
Yeah, jeez. We'll see.
When did we go to that conference? 2012 in San Francisco, and Magento
Yeah.
2, and what is it now?
XDI Commerce. Well, the funny thing is, I know this is kind of like first thing, but if you look at XDot Commerce, remember that thing where it was like that fabric thing? If
Yeah.
you look at the slide from Adobe, it looks exactly the same.
It's easy. You just repurpose the old slides.
Correct. It looks exactly the same if you look at the slides. It's funny.
That is too funny. All right. That's it. That is your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.